Hey! Welcome back. Anyway, today, pickles. Pickles are on the agenda. My garden is going pretty crazy. Right now is the end of August and everything's doing well, but I'm overloaded with a lot of stuff. So I'm making pickles and I'm going to use my grandmother's recipe. So this is her recipe here. This recipe is like, I don't know, 70 years old. She used to make this when I was a kid, and she used to make it when she was a kid. She passed away a few years ago at the age of 95, so it's pretty old and it's faded, and I've made my own notes, so I gotta redo it. But anyway, look at all these beauties. I know they're huge. I mean, this is a huge cucumber, but I peel them, core them, take all the seeds out, and I cut them into chunks, and then I make the pickles. It's a sweet pickle. So basically what I'm going to be using is cinnamon sticks, cloves, some salt, and I have water here started to boil. So I need to peel these and seed them out and do all that. Okay, now I have them all peeled. I need to cut them and chunk them up and take the seeds out. I forgot I need cinnamon's over there. I need vinegar, apple cider vinegar. So I'm going to... Okay, they're all halved up. Now I got to empty this, clean it out, clean this mess up, and then chunk them up and boil them because my water is still boiling over here. So I have the water, vinegar, cloves, cinnamon sticks. This will all soak up. These are almost done. And now 6 cups of sugar. 6 cups. So after about 15 minutes, this is what your cucumbers will look like. This will eventually be what the pickle is going to look like. Again, not your traditional looking pickle, but I remember as a kid this is the way they were, and they're absolutely delicious. So now that that's drained, I have that's the water, 1 quart of water, 6 cups of sugar, half box of cinnamon sticks, which is about 5 sticks, half box of cloves, which is about 1/3 of a cup, 4.5 cups of vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is the recipe that she always used. So you boil this for 5 minutes. So I'm waiting for this to come up to a boil. And then in her recipe it said that she put them in jars, put the pickles in jars and covered them with the sauce or the pickle juice, and then let them sit overnight. The next morning drained off the juice, and then put them in hot jars. So I think you'd have to wash the jars again. So I remember the last time I did it, I just put the pickles or the cucumbers in here, let them sit overnight. The next morning I brought this back to a boil, got my jars hot, and then put the pickles with the juice. She said to put all this stuff in a bag too. The cinnamon, the cloves, all that in a bag. I think after I drain it, after I boil it, I drain this stuff out and just put it in the juice. So that's what I'm gonna do. Worked last time, see, but anyway. So next day, pickles are done. So all I did was, after these softened and I made the pickle juice, I cooked the pickle juice for 5 minutes per the recipe. Then I put the cucumbers into the pickle juice overnight and let them sit overnight. The next morning brought them to a boil and then heated the jars and put them in the jars and then pickled them. So I do have a little bit of pickle juice left over, so I have a couple more pickles in the garden, or a couple more cucumbers in the garden. I'll make a few more pickles. I did tie off those cloves into some cheesecloth and then the cinnamon sticks, so this is basically just left over, and instead of wasting it or throwing it out, I'll just go down in the garden, pick a few more cucumbers and make a couple more jars of pickles. But these are really good. Like I said, they're not normally shaped like this, or pickles aren't, but this is the way my grandmother did it, and I love these things. So anyway, thanks for watching.